Hello and good morning. Welcome to Gardening for Health. My name is Dr Sarah Myhill. I have worked in clinical medicine since 1981 in the NHS and also as an independent medical practitioner. I'm now firmly of the view that the single most important way that you can improve your diet is through nutrition. So you've decided to start your journey in growing your own vegetables, but you don't know where to start. In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest vegetables to start with. We're going to show you how to care for them, where to plant them, the nutritional benefits of these vegetables, why they're so important for diet, and also I have some great natural tips and tricks to get the best out of your vegetables. Herbs are one of the easiest plants to grow and they are very good for our health. This is coriander. It's just one of the many herbs that are so good for our microbiome, the friendly microbes in our large bowel. In the large bowel, there is a predator-prey relationship. And what we know about the microbiome is the more diverse it is, the better. The more diverse the diet that you can consume, the more diverse the microbiome and the healthier you will be. Growing herbs is very easy. Many of them are perennial, so you plant them once and they are there to be cropped forever and a day. Now, I do see I'm very privileged. I have a polytunnel, but all these herbs can be grown in pots and kept outside and you can get very good results. Coriander is a very versatile cooking ingredient. You can eat it raw in salads and it can be as a garnish on many Indian foods. So it's a fantastic herb to grow and, as I say, very easy. Many other herbs are perennial and therefore they're easy to grow because you can put them in pots. Once planted, they last forever. Some herbs, like this coriander, prefer full sunshine. Basil the same. But many herbs grow very well in shady or partly shady areas, and we'll show you some of those. The things I grow around the corner here include rosemary, thyme, oregano, cutleaf parsley, all delicious, all perennial, all easy to grow and shade tolerant. So wherever you are in your gardening journey or your health journey, start with herbs. They are easy to grow and they will enhance any meal. Sprinkled on salad or as a garnish, fantastic. But most importantly, they will increase the diversity of your microbiome, and that is an important determinant of health. So start with herbs, and now perhaps let's go and have a look at some other things that we can do. So this is one of my favourite crops, the runner beans. It is so easy to grow, you really cannot fail growing runner beans, and they are prolific. They produce a large crop and every single one of these flowers will have a bean on it. Here you can see little runner beans starting to grow already, and here we are, second week of July, and we have already cropped our first bean. Now, this is just a little one. They will grow to that length and they will continue to crop until the first frost. So that's 3, if you're lucky, 4 months of bean production that will furnish your table with delicious vegetable and can be used in a salad. One of the major joys of growing runner beans is they are free from pests. You don't have to use any slug control, butterfly control. They just grow and they are prolific and delicious. To grow runner beans well, I recommend you start them off in pots to get the plant established. Build a frame because they climb and they grow. Put it in a sunny spot. Runner beans love sunshine. To get lots of crops, you need lots of sunshine, and I will guarantee you wonderful results. Runner beans are so good for our health because they are rich in magnesium and potassium. It's chlorophyll, it's the greenness that contains those essential elements. And magnesium and potassium deficiency are pandemic in Western societies and driving much disease. So eat your runner beans for really good health. One of the easiest crops to grow are leeks. They're also one of my favourite. They are fantastically nutritionally important because they are rich in one of the most important feeders of the friendly microbes in the large bowel, and that's called inulin. So what is inulin? Inulin is one of the most important prebiotics to feed the friendly microbes in the large bowel. There it is digested to produce a host of important factors: B vitamins, vitamin K, serotonin. So with good inulin, good prebiotics, good microbiome, we have a healthy gut, we have a healthy immune system, and we have a healthy brain. They will flourish at any time of year, and even the tiniest little, I start them off in a pot, even the tiniest little thread of leek is guaranteed to survive. So if you're thinking of planting any winter vegetable, go for leeks. Pest-free, easy, nutritious, and absolutely delicious. Black currants are one of the easiest, most nutritious, pest-free crops that you can grow. You put one plant in the ground and it will serve you for decades to come. And the important thing about black currants is they are very rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. Now, many people tell me, oh, I can have lots of orange juice or fruit juice for my vitamin C, but the problem with that is fruit juice is high in sugar, and that negates all the benefits of vitamin C. So with black currants you get a low sugar, high vitamin C, rich in antioxidants, highly nutritious fruit that will grace any table. Vitamin C is one of the most important nutrients for humans. It's humans, fruit bats and guinea pigs can't make their own vitamin C. So the reason my little dog doesn't get scurvy eating meat is she can generate her own vitamin C in her body. We have lost that ability. We have to consume it. And we have to consume it in large amounts. And if you have good levels of vitamin C intake, then you'll be highly protected against cancer, against heart disease, and against dementia. And it's high sugar, low vitamin C, which is driving those diseases. Black currants, easy to grow. You can buy them very inexpensively in pots, and they will tolerate partial shade, although they prefer full sun. They do like lots of compost, so put all your kitchen waste and compost around them to keep the roots moist and keep them nourished, and you will never fail to have a wonderful crop every year. Squashes and pumpkins are one of the easiest vegetables to grow. You start with a small plant that you grow in a pot indoors, plant it out in the garden, and they run. They're fantastic coverers, and we plant them near the compost heap, so they run over the compost heap, or we plant them near the strawberries and they run over the strawberry bed. They produce large numbers of big fruits to eat, and the best variety of all is the Crown Prince. Nutritionally, I love to grow squashes because I advocate low carbohydrate diets, and it's difficult for people to cut potato out of their diet, and squash makes a very good starter to replacing a potato. It makes lovely roasties, lovely in a soup, and great mash, so very versatile for cooking and a perfect food for a paleo-ketogenic diet. The Crown Prince squash is very easy to grow. Start it in pots in about May. Don't put it out in the garden until July because they really don't start to grow and run until then. Then they will run. They will produce a large crop of big squashes from about October onwards, and then you crop them before the first frost, keep them in a warm, dry place, and they will last you all winter. So it's a fantastic potato substitute to keep you going throughout the winter. What makes the Crown Prince squash so easy to grow is they are pest resistant. You don't need any special techniques in place to protect them from predation by pests. Once they're in the ground, they grow prolifically, they look after themselves. So now I hope I've given you the knowledge you need to know to get started to work on the easiest crops. And it's never been more important to do this. Good nutrition is all about food, and you can get the best quality, organic, know where it's come from food from your garden. So I say to my patients, just get started. Do the easy things, do the simple things which are straightforward, which are guaranteed to succeed, and that will enthuse you to greater things. Please do subscribe to our channel because we shall be doing more videos. We should be learning much more about how to grow other crops and the benefits for your health. I always think health is like wealth. You don't know you've got it until you've lost it. And good diet is the starting point to prevent and treat all disease. A friend of mine wrote a book, The Cure is in the Kitchen. We shall write the book, The Cure is in the Garden. So I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Gardening for Health.